What's going on, guys? It's the EBBB Beer Bureau back at you with another beer review. I'm Pat.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Maury. This year, Southern Tier decided to make another version of their Pumking. You know, they did the cold pressed coffee. They've done the chai Pumking, which I think has been mainly draft. I don't think that's seen bottles or cans.
I don't think so.
But this year they decided to add to the lineup the Pumking Nitro Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Weighs in at 8.6% alcohol. So the three of us are going to get into this Nitro version of a classic we've been drinking for years, and we'll let you know what we think about it.
Smells like pumpkin.
It does.
Absolutely.
With kind of a creaminess almost.
There we go. Definitely a mellowness to it.
Yeah, so I would say it's maybe a little less in your face, but definitely all the spices.
Yep, smells like pumpkin pie.
Yeah, it pretty much
Exactly
does.
like pumpkin pie.
Maybe with some Cool Whip.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from.
Yeah.
You know?
Pumpkin
I don't
pie
know
with
why, if it's just like the Nitro's playing tricks in my brain about the creaminess, but I feel like it's there.
Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little creamier mouthfeel, you know, what's exactly what the Nitro does for you.
Yeah, it's much creamier. You know, you get that flatness of a Nitro beer.
Creamier,
It's
flatter,
smoother.
and then the spices kind of creep up from
Yeah.
under that creamy, like chilled initial sip there. They kind of creep on you, but they're there.
I almost feel like they're a little bit more pronounced on the back end with the regular. I haven't had this year's pumpkin yet.
They linger.
But it seems like they're a little bit more potent than a
Also,
regular one.
They're very strong, especially into the aftertaste.
Right, where it lingers,
There's-
right.
It's you get all the pumpkin pie spices on the aftertaste, but yeah, on the on the foretaste, it's all very clean and crisp.
It is. I like it. You know, it's creamy, it's smooth, but it does, you know, creep up on you and linger on the palate like we talked about. I won't say that it's quite astringent or anything, but you're left with a bold spice layer on your palate at the end of this thing. You know, I'm not going to flock out to buy more of this stuff, but at the same time, I think it's a pretty good beer. I'm going to give it a 4. Huh?
All right, yeah, it's definitely pumpkin. It's always interesting to me whenever a beer goes from being carb to nitro, just how the character of the beer changes. I mean, it's still mostly the same flavors, but how you experience them changes a lot. I would. What's interesting about this one is how it's very, very clean up front, and all the spiciness that usually goes throughout the beer is all on the back end. So it kind of drives you to drink more of it because you have this kind of dry, heavy spice on the back end, and like, boy, some of that clean coolness would taste good right about now. And so you have to take on. Yeah,
All of a sudden, here you go,
cycle.
you're about gone.
That being said, it's an interesting experiment on the Pumking, products, but I have to say overall I kind of like it a little bit less than I do regular Pumking. Just doesn't pop the same way to me. So I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5.
Yep, I agree with Pat. 3.75. Trying to compare it with a regular pumpkin, I generally always give that a 4 or 4.25. Everything that these guys said, I agree with them. It's a little bit like a thinner of a mouthfeel, just because it's kind of a flatter side because of that nitro creaminess. And then it's that lingering bite of that. It's almost like a dry cinnamon and ginger a little bit. Like you said, dries up the palate a little bit. But yeah, it's still delicious. Still really good beer. I'd like to try it on tap, actually, at Nitro. I think that'd be pretty interesting. So yeah, I agree with Pat, 3.75.
Okay, guys, till next time.
Cheers.